Anti-cryospatial mass skin cream. Leaves you feeling fresh and tingling. Do not operate heavy machinery for 2 hours after.
The dissonance actually...
Incoming!
I'm switching target!
Making tracks.
Coming!
Please.
No!
I'll take care of
Please
this.
don't! I'm sorry!
Hey, I know your face. You're wanted by the board. Wow. You're a living, breathing outlaw. That is, until security out. If you're here for the annual Canid review, I'm afraid it's already over. Only thing going on behind those doors is good, old-fashioned lawful behavior. This greeting constitutes your confidentiality agreement. You hereby agree not to disclose the location or existence. Oh, that's just so encouraging to hear. I'll just go ahead and add your comment to my permanent record. Now then. Mr. Mostley is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter his Canid La Place into our competition. You should find Mr. Mostley just inside the prep room. Head inside and take the door to your left. We find that our clients enjoy the appearance of participating in illegal activities. Secrecy contributes to The Musgrave family collection was intended to be a gallery of fine art. And here we are, using this place to practice semi-legal canid shows. That's privilege. That's a fair point. All right, I'll tell you. But just keep this between us.
Guaranteed secrecy is expensive, you know.
Oh, it's all right. I'll give you this little secret for free. The Musgraves own one of Earth's largest private collections of art and literature. They were going to have the entire collection shipped all the way to Halcyon. Unfortunately, that collection never arrived. We haven't heard anything from the delivery convoy, and there's some purely hypothetical concern that the collection might be, well... I was going to say indefinitely delayed by unforeseen and unknowable circumstances, but yes. Anyway, that's as much as I can tell you.
Just between the two of us, I hope this doesn't become a tradition.
Not looking forward to the next annual Canid review?
Not looking forward to the Canids. Odious things. I don't know why we let them prance around the city.
How long did you say Musgrave was gone?
I didn't. Frankly, I don't know. A couple of years? More? Hey, Maverick Johnston's new... Do you know the interesting thing? So am I. Canids are a fascinating... Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about Canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. In other words, if you put enough Canids through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes Oh, I've been told I should try to socialize more. Sharing an interesting fact is a proven method. I'm an actuary, you see. Well, not entirely. The actuarial sciences are more of a passion than a That's a bit of a family joke. How do you know that name? Project Gorgon was supposed to be a secret. Sorry, were you addressing me by name, or... You know, it's true. I was involved with Project Gorgon. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you some free advice, hmm? Lifting the lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human inquiry. I don't have that level of clearance. The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. I'm going to... Yes, the birthplace of the Marauders. And a graveyard for all. Trying to bury Project Gorgon while it's still very much alive and clawing its way back to the surface. I want a favor from you. Do something for me, and I'll do something for you. A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that trophy, and I'll give you the remaining researchers. Names, What, really? You'll do it? I mean, just like that? Head into the main hall and take the elevator down into the maintenance tunnels. You'll find a service passage that leads up into the trophy room. The maintenance tunnel is the only way up into the trophy room. Some technician barred the door shut on our end. Ask Tilda Coatsworth about it, over by the podium. Oh, you're quite welcome. I look for... What? At the moment, nothing. I have a one-track mind. I can't stop thinking about that trophy. You get me that best in...
Oh, just hear me out. It's a brilliant idea.
Are you one of the guards on patrol? I don't suppose you've any formal training in Canid husband. It's my little Anubis, you see. He's listless and miserable. You must understand, Anubis is a very picky eater. He dines exclusively on Terra 2 salt tuna, none of that rubbish from... Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a shortage lately. Interesting. This salt tuna looks exactly like the kind Anubis and I are grateful for your help. I'll be sure to leave a commendation on your permanent record.
Nice.
Unexpected, sir.
Incoming! Solid kill.
That's the last of them. Sure hope these folks don't mind us borrowing this. Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt ya.
Since when do you care about impropriety?
You know, the careers of 9 out of 13. My trophy! Look at this thing! Have you... If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this... I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about you. Nothing ever gets done in Byzantium. Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Increment. Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error. I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my numbers, but after the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables, calculated the average lifespan of a spacer's. I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little research, and concluded that the two most likely... Nonsense. I just needed a good old-fashioned... As far as I know, Jasper Lowe and Marion Blakesley are the only two surviving researchers with high-level clearance. If you want to lift the lockdown on the manufactory, you'll need to send an override from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. I'm afraid it's the only way. I'll tell you what. Dr. Marion Blakesley supervised the Human Inquiry and Auditing Facility. Live subjects, measuring tape and syringes. Someone sabotaged the facility. Blakesley tendered her resignation and vanished. I'm reasonably certain she's hiding in a maintenance... Well, with Spacer's choice equipment, who even... Dr. Blakesley tendered her resignation lawfully, but under suspicious circumstances. Dr. Lowe described himself as a dazzling genius in his review. I disagreed. Of the 19 criteria that constitute the rubric of genius, after the project shut down, corporate traded him off to Anti-Cleo in exchange for 5 lab coats. He's been transferred to an orbital lab around Olympus. Oh dear. How do I explain this without using too many syllables? Let's get back on topic. You'll find Dr. Let's try to keep it down. There's not a lot about Project Gorgon I can tell you. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but I closed that chapter in my life. Look, don't tell anyone I said this. But if there's anything I've learned by living in Byzantium, it's this. If you go looking for the truth, all right, ask your questions. Minnie Ambrose. Oh, Olivia's brat. Ambitious, but... She tried following her mother's example, failed, and if she ever tried again... The name Ambrose doesn't mean anything to me anymore, or to anyone halfway respectable. The Ambroses are... How do I put this polite? A family's name is only as strong as its enterprise. The Musgraves have Rizzos, and the Schylers have Anti-Cleo, and so we show those names the respect they deserve. The Ambrose name was associated with Project Gorgon. The project died, and so the Ambrose name died with it. Everything. Every project has a margin of failure. We expect setbacks, complications, delays. Project Gorgon experienced a cascade failure. The labs failed to develop a safe drug. Human Inquiry failed to perform their tests An unsafe drug tested on unhealthy subjects by irresponsible supervisors. Anarchy is not a crime. It is a symptom. The undisciplined workplace secretes anarchy the way our glands secrete enzymes. It's a principle. Sabotage came first. The Chem Lab, Human Inquiry, even my own office. Sabotage broke the discipline of our workplace, leading to confusion, leading to escaped subjects, No one appreciates the value of good data. The holistic surveillance device I wear is an invaluable tool, gathering data on... My former colleagues can go into hiding and live in ignorance for all I care. I prefer the self-exam... I know. Project Gorgon was a... I should have pushed for stricter supervision. We gave the other departments too much freedom and not enough oversight.
You'd only be letting them into possession.
Here we go! Heading back!
No! Please don't! I'm sorry! Bring him down!
On my way, Cap!
I don't want to die!
Anti-clearance antibiotics. Take comfort in knowing that antibiotics and stuff will probably kill you quickly.
Where are we headed?
Nice work, Captain.
Someone has left a threatening message on your terminal, Captain. I was unable to trace its origin. Please make a note of it. You might want... Stop at the groundbreaker Obsidian Entertainment.
Let's try being friendly. Maybe they'll try it back.
Hey you! Over here! Chat! Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Riz... Oh, fucking damn it. Every time! So, hey, you trespass. And I... Nothing. What, you gonna report me? I don't work for them no more. I'm with the gardeners now. All of us kept the peace for the corpse once, but we got tired of being used. Yeah, we're the gardeners. We keep order back here on these dangerous hallways. You know what I mean. Anyway, Blakesley's given us standing orders to strongly discourage anyone who tries to come in. I like to, We ain't subversives. We're gainfully employed. This is a private contract. Miss Junlei can't get too mad if we rough up some trespassers. Especially if I was nice enough to warn him first. Huh?
Hi, I'm the girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Fine, fine. You want to check out the lab? Go for it. We won't stop you. But Blakesley's got her own setup in there, and she doesn't like guests. So, if you get shot, I'm telling Junlei I never saw you. This one's clear, guys.
Nice one, Captain.
Some days, it's like I don't know what to do with it.
This must be a step up from force factories, huh?
Doesn't look like either of us are sitting pretty in Byzantium, big shot.
Come on, you two. We're all partners here.
We want to set you up some expensive food. That's a good boy.
You gonna shoot or what? Just wait. You'll see how a Spacer's Choice cadet takes care of, I think it's jammed.
Wow. Impressive. Wonder how the old squad's doing. Those Mardettes are too soft.
You have to be kidding me. I thought I made myself click. Wait, what's with this camera? Hello? Damn it. Look, I get it. Some people need things spelled out for them. I'm sure one of the auto mechanical.
Observation log, date, who knows. Subject number, well, let's call him Percy. Percy here has discovered the secret to success. He has lifted the veil and found the pattern. He wakes up, he listens for that bell 3 times a day. Food rains from the sky. He eats, he waits. Life is easy. But the second your molt comes in, pal,
Captain, don't do that. It's me.
Process.
Incoming!
That noise.
who the fuck? Oh, just gonna shut this thing off. Right. Marion Blakesley, what can I do for you in this home invasion? Spacer's Choice send you? To Gorgon? I holed up in a forgotten cargo bay of a rotting colony ship just so I could never hear that name again. But here you are.
That bastard. Is he still only mostly worthless, or has he achieved mathematical perfection in that regard? Yeah, most people don't change much. Clarence lacks the attention span for this sort of thing. Someone wants to dig up the past, and you're the shovel, right? Ambrose. Well, I'll assume you're caught up then. That or hopelessly confused. Corporate demanded a product they could throw onto shelves. That put the squeeze on low at Chem to develop formulas. Samples. But how do you know if the product works? You run tests, see what happens. That's where human inquiry and auditing came in. I ran HIA, and HIA ran the tests again and again. And what happens is a whole lot of wasted time and even more. Testing supervisor. I designed the initial testing regimens, managed the staff, made sense of the test results. Tried to anyway. People are complicated, and I don't just mean the test subjects. Try and avoid working with people if you can. It always gets messy. I'd have tidied up a little if I knew you were going to break in. You've heard the adverts, right? Work day and night, still feel refreshed the next morning. Now, what we tested for was dexterity, efficiency, compliance, the traits of a good employee. Numbers never came out right. I could have pumped gallons of those chemicals into every living soul in this colony. Wouldn't have. What we got was marauders. Yeah, good luck making that one stick. It's in the fine print, you know. Whatever was in those chemicals, it didn't matter what tests we ran. We kept getting the same results. The proto-adrena time solution was both monstrously addictive and had catastrophic effects on the psyche and intellect. A real boon to the We had a few weird accidents, escapes, minor setbacks. But one day, all the test subjects got loose. Sabotage, they said. Wasn't just us. All of the facilities got hit hard. Shut us down for a while. That turned out to be the... Nah, didn't much care by then. SAPCER'S choice wasn't getting much use out of us anymore, so they shuttered the project, kicked Adrena time out the door. And I could have gone back to Byzantium, found a position somewhere else. Even started up something, but I just indulge a scientist. What do you want out of this investigation of yours? Trying to liven up your... Yeah, well, people don't tend to exhume the past just so they can bury it again somewhere. Your crew feel the same? Heck of a world out here for the shy. What do you get out of headbutting murderous auto mechanicals for your captain here?
A family. Or something near to it. We don't always get along or nothing, but... what?
Fair enough. That's all I've got. Here, I still have this pass. Don't much feel like hanging on to it anymore. Made my exit the moment the project started falling apart. Had to steal some credentials. This should get you into the volunteer induction entrance. Come on, I've left it behind. You wouldn't. Damn it. Fine. Fine, here, I remember one of my access codes. Just punch in the keypad equivalent for replication. Should get you into the offices. Maybe get you to my terminal a little sooner. Yeah. I'll make sure the auto mechanicals don't bother you on the way out. Sure, take it. Just drowning in dining options down here. Look at you, so chat. Generators mostly, when they work. I've only got so many instruction manuals.
Might not want to walk too close to some of this wiring, ma'am. I don't think any of it's been grounded.
Tryhards, incompetent or unlucky enough to get themselves fired. Probably missed their bludgeoning quotas. They were milling around the back bays. We had some colorful negotiations. I talked them into keeping watch for me. Not hard. They were itching to feel important. Not at first. Your average shrub isn't much use to the corporations. They're vicious organisms in their own way, plant.
I read there's plants on Monarch that eat people. Nothing quiet about eating folks.
Not much, to be honest. Spent most of having it tediously protract. The biome's been irreversibly tampered with at this point, so I'd say be prepared for it. Yeah. I'll make sure the auto...
Yeah, move along, buddy. Thanks.
Captain, an unknown vessel is approaching our ship. Once I deduce their intentions, I will play one of two audio signals. A cheerful fanfare if they are friendly, alarms if they are hostile. Their intentions are no longer unknown. The unknown vessel has deployed a boarding mechanism. They will attach themselves to our airlock and attempt boarding. That sound indicates that a boarding mechanism has successfully Captain, I am pleased to inform you that we are currently in the... Captain Hawthorne installed a lethal shock trap on our airlock in the event of an invasion. I am prepared to deploy this trap at... I was bluffing, Captain. When we met in Emerald Vale, my systems were not fully operational. Even if they were, I might have made an exception for you. The invading ship appears to be a decommissioned storage vessel. The crew are either pirates or freelancers. My opinion of their... Their ship is using a tracking device too sophisticated for their primitive astrogator. If you prefer to make an escape, I can disable their boarding mechanism. However, as long as that tracking device remains on board their ship, they will be able to find us again. Understood, Captain. I will be deploying the Unreliable's lethal deterrence system. Please approach the airlock and enjoy the show. Now initiated. Warm welcome home.
And lethal to germs.
Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out.
on the opponent's play. I'll admit, this attack hasn't gone strictly according to plan. But as we like to say in the league, no strategy. Let's call this round a draw. You head back to your end of the field, I'll regroup my team, and we'll see where things take us in the... That's about the answer I expected. Well, can't blame... Here's the problem. I can't let you live, but as long as you're on my ship, you've got the advantage over us. You want to negotiate terms. How do I know this? All right, I'm willing to parley. Come speak with me in the captain's quarters. Come up through the cargo hold. I'll have my players take a time out.
The coach is ready to see you. Head upstairs. What do you think? Best make yourself scarce.
Have to go sneaking around the back like that. It betrays an absence of trust. All right, easy now. I'm a man of my word. Let's talk. My team and I were contracted to apprehend the Unreliable, eliminate its crew, and dispose of... I couldn't tell you who hired me, even if I wanted to. The contract's anonymous. No names... Wow, that's a lot of bits. I mean, after careful deliberation, I've decided to accept your offer. I'll keep my ship clear of yours. You and I got no reason to come after you. Use my credentials to get inside the cockpit and take our tracking device. Our astrogation terminal was tracking your ship. Don't ask me how. Never had much luck with... The truth. We never caught up to the unreliable. You vanished somewhere into the void. I'll keep my ship clear of yours. You and I will never cross over.
I thought we were safe in the Aether. Oh, Law, I'm gonna have nightmares about this for weeks.
I must say that there's been nary a dull moment since signing on with this crew.
Got my head in the game, boss. Maybe we can talk when we're done here?
Invading foreign threats detected. Deploying lethal measures. Targets: bacteria, viruses, and human scum.
Assholes interrupted my beauty sleep.
Welcome back, Captain. I understand you have resolved your... Understood, Captain. Resume... Welcome back. How can...
What happened to these poor folks? It can't be the storm that did this.
be okay. Keep it together, Kelly. Just breathe, Kelly. Oh! Stop making that noise. Who's out? Really? I would be indebted to you for... I'll have to come out to assess it myself. Hold on.
Move along. Let me just catch my breath. I swear, my heart's trying to punch its way out of my chest. Law, I know it sounds crazy, but a little while back, then the security mechanicals broke out into a massacre. How can I help you? Help me. I'm Kelly Marine, the receptionist. And before you ask, I wasn't manning the visitor's desk when the mechanicals went haywire. 'Cause not ever. Not since all us station workers were dropped off at the start of the project a year ago. Project's on a yearly rotation cycle. Once a year, Auntie Cleo reviews our work and decides if we get more rations, personnel. At first, I thought it was an honor, getting assigned to a lab up in the ether high above Olympus. But I didn't know what it'd be like. Cabin fever sets in at about 90 days. Auntie Cleo's official term is contagious irritable claustrophobia. If I had to guess, you'd probably find his body either in his office or the labs. Or heck, he could have been on the toilet. I don't know. No bones about it, he was the smartest of us all. Maybe he... Watch yourself out there. If it's all the same to you, I'll just sneak my way on. Drop me off on the groundbreaker and I'll be out of your hair. Pink slip protocol. How should I know? I just monitor the front desk. Well, except for the last couple of days when I've been hiding out in here. If you work at Oops, you're doing research and development. If we're not researching or developing, somebody messed up. When one of us makes a mistake, the whole facility pays for it. I know it sounds hard. Yep. Olympus Orbital Pharmaceutical Station. Just a feeling I got. Every day was the same as every other day. Started imagining what it'd be like to break that circle. Station goes in a circle around, but after what I've seen... I'm not making anything. The research team, they were brewing up... Science stuff isn't really my area, though, so I don't know more. Drop me off on the groundbreak. Oh, thank you so much. Here, this is my official laboratory headgear. I won't be needing it anymore, so it's all yours.
This thing's orbit is stable, right? Ada checked before we docked? Captain? Where are we headed? Easy.
No, that won't do it all. Jasper, you imbecile.
I'll never turn my back to you.
That was quick. Nice.
I usually just kick them down.
One team is a tragedy, two teams is a drama. Shush. Talking. Concentrating. Damn it. I was so close to a breakthrough. I could practically... sky high. My magnum opus of psychostimulants. Oh, hang on. I see what's happening. I have several questions for you. Let's... All sorts of things. Science, mainly. A little bit of research. If you're talking about all the... Right. That answers that.
I don't think this fella's...
Look, we all know you're here to interrogate me. New friends mean new birthdays to keep track of. But I can't spare much room in my mind palace for frivol... Auntie Cleo instituted the Pink Slip Protocol. Fancy marketing term that translates to, we're not satisfied with the quality of your work, so we're revoking... Can you believe Auntie terminated my entire team? For my team, I mean, not for me. Not this time. Of course I do. Why'd you figure I've inhaled myself into such a Obviously, it's so that I can care far less, and thus continue to
You know, day's gonna come when you find your senses again.
I did the same after my dad passed. Except I binged cereals.
Good thing I couldn't give a whit what any... Auntie Cleo wants us to develop Anthracillin Plus, a new and improved version of the original Anthracillin formula. And what Auntie I was making considerable progress. I can't possibly fathom why they I'm not lying. I'm carefully curating the truth for you. Auntie needs to be patient. I'll eventually get around to developing Anthracillin Plus. Once I perfect my formula, I'll be able to keep my mind functioning at peak performance without any pesky distractions. Auntie had been threatening to instigate Pink Slip Protocol for months, though I honestly didn't think I was on the verge of giving Auntie the results she wanted. Well, almost on the verge. Before I was traded, I worked on Project Gorgon. I lost that team by attrition. Management turned the screw on my team, forced me to fire 1 in 10 researchers. The few of us that remained were overworked and exhausted. We didn't have much of a security detail. I don't know how the primals got loose, but we were designing a drug the likes of which Halcyon had never seen. A veritable panacea that cured lethargy. I was overwhelmed, overworked, frustrated. I started self-medicating to enable my genius to perform at Project Gorgon was in its final days when the primals attacked our lab. It wasn't long until Spacer's Choice authorized my transfer. Human Inquiry was supposed to be responsible for testing Adrenatime. Under normal circumstances, the chem lab, but creative incubation pressured my team with impossible deadlines. The prototypes we delivered to Dr. Blakesley at Human Inquiry were poor, because I had to begin experimenting on my own. I had to perform my own tests, so I used primals. They're not the best choice for... Whoever reached greatness by coloring within the lines. And besides, my lines often move around on the page. My point is, I was doing my job. I was doing science. I will continue to do so until my mind... Not at all. Such an event is incredibly rare. Few workers understand the truth of their value to society. She would. No doubt she'd stuff my brain in a jar if she could. Do you know what she quoted to me one time from some looked me right in the eyes and said, "You are a brain, Jasper. The rest of you is a mere appendix." No, you don't. There's nothing in... Gorgon is a featureless rock dragged along by the gravitational current of a barren... The chem lab is a graveyard. I don't know why. Possibly I was just being polite. It doesn't matter. If you've set your heart on exploring my old labs, I won't try to dissuade you. Indulge me with a favor, and I'll give you the access you want. The electromechanical turbine is offline. Without any power, I can't possibly continue my work. Be a dear and reactivate it for me. That's all I ask. Take the elevator to the storm platform at the top of this facility. Reactivate the turbine. One thing at a time, my chatty accomplice. Did you snoop through my things? And just admit it to me. Look, I keep a draft on my terminal where I vent my occasional frustrations with upper man. It's honestly one of my less detrimental coping methods, as I am not stupid and facilities back on the grid and my pipes... You'll need my voice to get into the chem lab. I'm obviously not coming with you, so I'm giving you a recording of my dulcet speech. This recording should get you into the chem lab. I hope whatever you're after is worth the trauma. I wouldn't go back there if I was higher than the mercury levels in a can of salt. Wait, take my gun while you're at it. If you end up dying on Gorgon, there's a non-zero chance I'll feel partially responsible. Die, perhaps? Automechanical sentries are generally programmed to ignore. I don't like the idea of going back to that place, to that life. Yes, I know it's not me risking my throat gallivanting around Gorgon. It's you, for whatever madcap reasons you... I've helped you once, and I don't feel great about it. I made a clean break from Gorgon, and now it feels like you're asking me to tether... I suppose you've got a point. Or something resembling a point. I'm emotionally addled right now, and I'm allowing my... Here, my personal security keycard. There's a hallway near the processing room. It leads to a security terminal. Use this keycard to... All the fool things you could have... Now, not only will they realize I survived Pink Slip Protocol, but worse, do you know how hard it was to hold my tongue all this time? They'll undoubtedly send a disciplinary unit to collect me. I can't go to penitentiary. The resources for... Are you even listening to me? Law save me from those of average intelligence. Next, you'll be saying you filched everything from my safe that wasn't nailed down. And I'll be saying, of course, Jasper, you feckless dolt. Now, if you would please, get out of my sight.
This change of scenery sure is something. Can't wait to see the groundbreaker.